How many more do we see coming up the stairs?
Only the 2.
Oh.
There were only 8 of them total.
Flick looks over at Allie because she's already seemed to take the lead, and he nods. Allie nods back and heads over to Torina.
Torina says, several blocks northwest of here is a public bathhouse with a walled garden and frolicking nymphs carved into its front gates.
Slower so I can type. Public bathhouse?
Yep. Walled garden, frolicking nymphs carved into its front gates. Followers of Dead 3 have been seen coming and going from that bathhouse and are told there's a secret door inside leads to a dungeon. That's where the killers are hiding.
Okay. Alright. Frolicking nymph statues, I think you said?
Carved into it, yeah. Frolicking nymphs carved into the front gates.
Frolicking nymphs on front gate. And she gestured in the appropriate direction.
Yep.
Okay.
She says she's gonna get out of here before anyone else comes after her. Before we have everything we need.
I gesture her forward.
Okay.
I turn to everybody and say, everybody okay?
Ison nods and says, as in a voice that echoes slightly, in a menacing yet comforting way somehow. No? I am okay. Something like that, to the extent of less easier to understand in some way. Moraine says, yeah, I'm good. I am okay. And Ison says, I am well.
Alright, everybody clear on our next stop?
Ison says, so it's about like midday right now.
Mm-hmm.
So Ison says, perhaps we should wait until like night to go. Because we don't want to be seen in the middle of the day. It would probably be best if we can avoid detection. Do you concur?
I can see a case for it either way, so does the rest of the group agree?
Varine agrees. Hazir is quite on board, but he's not too obvious about it.
Cassandra doesn't have a strong opinion, and Flick is... Yeah, Flick is all about not being noticed, so... okay with going in after hours.
Okay.
Alright, so... do we want to go our separate ways and then meet up somewhere at a designated time?
My character thinks that sounds like a good idea. Or like, because we just stay together for the entire period of time, we're probably gonna have some.
It's gonna get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
All right, so
we
should all go.
They have an idea for like meeting outside the bathhouse, or just a little ways away from it, like a block or two away.
All right. Then Flick is. It's a reasonably small city, and we've got hours, right?
It's a pretty big city.
Do we have time to go home and stuff, or do we have to remain local? Is what I'm getting at. Because Flick would like to go home and
you probably do have time to go
Talus.
Home. You probably do have time to go home.
All right, because Flick would like to go home and update Talus on what's up.
If you make it brief, then yes, because this city actually is pretty much 3 cities in one: upper city, lower city, outer city.
Okay. All right. So Flick will go home, update Talus, have something to eat, and come back and meet everybody at the bathhouse. Allie is probably going to go do some research about the bathhouse, find out anything she can about the publicly known layout, who the owners are, who the management is.
You're not going to do all that. I'm going to let you do like one of those with disadvantage on the check because you have like 30 minutes max.
Oh, I thought you said it was midday and we were going at dark. That's why I was confused because I thought
the city's pretty big. So
I thought we had like 6 hours
to get all that stuff in and do all that stuff and do the research and then confirm all of it. Is what I'm talking about. Like
okay.
We do this a lot, by the way, everyone.
Alright, Allie is going to stay in the area, and she's going to, do some subtle quizzing of locals, just to see what they have to say about the bathhouse in general.
Okay.
Doesn't matter what they say, she's not gonna try and do the kind of research that she would normally do on this job, because we're planning to do it tonight, so but normally she would go ahead and she would devote a day to researching all of this, finding out.
Okay.
And, if she has time afterwards, she probably is still going to, because she's gonna wanna make sure that we got everybody who's affiliated with it.
Okay. And Cassandra?
Cassandra is probably going to, I think she's just going to go have a meal and enjoy the sunlight
Okay. So for
until the sun goes down.
Allie, give me an insight check to like get Bill's opinions. Persuasion, whichever.
Persuasion, probably, if she's trying to
Get Bill to talk.
get people to talk. It's a pity, because I'm better at the other, but 17 on the persuasion.
The bathhouse has apparently got some pretty good services.
Okay.
And yeah, you don't find much else about it.
Did I find out what their hours are?
Pretty wide range. It's out in like dawn till like midnight in most cases. Not midnight. Dawn to 8. Sorry.
Okay.
It doesn't actually list its hours here, but like dawn till 8 pretty much.
All right. And did I manage to find out? Do you always go in through the main entrance? Is there? Are there more than one entrance depending on where you're coming from?
There is one entrance.
Okay. And you pay on entry, or do you pay?
It's a public bathhouse, so I think it's free.
Oh, that's nice. I forgot about that. I would have known that. Sorry. I didn't know whether public meant that
yeah,
it
it's
was
funded
available
by,
for hire, or whether public meant that
it's
it was a
funded by,
public utility.
It's funded by one of the members.
Patriarchs.
Yeah, patriarchs.
Okay.
One of the more powerful ones.
All right. So didn't get much information, but I know when they closed. That the only real entrance is the front door, and that there's not likely to be anybody stationed at it to collect money.
Correct.
Okay. All right. I still think it probably would have been, and I should have thought of this earlier. It would have been a lot less obvious if we had gone in during open hours in groups of no more than 2
And
separately.
scouted out.
Well, whether we scout it out or not, 1 or 2 people entering together is going to be less than 6 people entering all at the same time.
We still do when we enter in the secret way if we want.
Yeah.
Okay, so as we arrive, you perception check to see who's already there.
Perception check?
Yep.
From Allie?
Whoever gets there first of your characters.
I imagine Cassandra is the first one of mine to get there because she didn't go anywhere.
Okay, so we'll put her right there then.
Alright, so perception check, you said?
Yep.
11.
Okay. You don't seem to notice anyone, but after a few moments, you see Eisen and Hazir just chatting, as they go. Give you a small wave.
I head on over to them and say hi in a bright and friendly voice. Do you have a nice afternoon?
They nod and share what they did. Hazir, here was just we should say he decided to kneel and did some stuff with some friends to kill some time. Eisen doesn't really sure what he did. He stays pretty quiet.
Okay.
Who's next?
Allie will be the next one to officially arrive, because again, there's going to be a trend here for a while of Flick arriving in advance but staying out of sight.
Then he has to make a stealth check to stay out of sight.
Okay, do you want me to go ahead and make the stealth check first then?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to need you to do that for a
Sorry. I should have realized that. 21.
Yeah, my character knows you. I got a pair of 26s.
Okay. Alright, well presumably I noticed them notice me, so I came on and approached instead of continuing to try to...
Yeah, as this happens, and Hazir just looks over and goes... And Eisen goes...
You've put me in the right place, so I approach them, but I stay somewhat back.
Okay. And then Allie arrives.
Yep.
So, after a few minutes before we're supposed to officially meet,
Moraine.
Varane arrives, and Hazir, you're almost immediately, almost right as she's getting to view. So, what's our plan? Do we just enter and explore, or do we want to have someone scout ahead, or something else?
Are we past closing hours at this point?
Yes.
And I understand there was a walled garden and so forth, so we're probably not visible from the street.
Are we inside? So we're inside now?
If we enter the walled garden, getting ready to go into the building,
Correct.
we will not be visible from the street.
Correct.
Okay. Then I'm fine with us all going in together. I would like us to hang back and let Allie check first, just in case. Again, the whole point is that we expect there to be bad guys in here. So if there are bad guys, there may be bad guy guards.
Okay, so stealth check from everyone to avoid being detected as you climb over the thingamabobble. By passers-by.
Oh, so the gates are closed.
Yeah, gates are closed.
Okay.
That way, I guess you climb, you don't get noticed by anyone.
Alright. Oops. Let's see how this goes.
I'll give you
Cassandra got a 9.
I said I'd give you advantage.
Oh, you did? I missed that. Cassandra got a 21. Flick got a 24. And Allie dropped her die.
Lol.
And got a nat 20, 27.
Okay, so we're all in. And as we just...
Alright, so now everybody just stay put right here inside the wall while I go check ahead and make sure there's nobody at the door. I'll wave you on if it's clear.
Okay.
So, another stealth check?
Yeah.
Have I advantage or not advantage at this point?
You will have no advantage, but no disadvantage either.
Only a 17 this time.
You see a figure standing right about there in this room. It's like these are rooms, there's that, and then it goes there. It's pop peeping. You see a guy trying not to fall asleep.
So I'm peeping through the door into the building.
Correct.
Okay.
Into one of the rooms of the building.
All right, because we were just trying to get to the building. I was just checking to see if there was anybody at the door of the building before we crossed the courtyard.
I'm gonna have to replace it because so in the building you don't see anything.
All right.
And then as you explore further, you see 2 rooms, one which has what looks like a snoozing guy in it.
Okay.
He's actually someone awake.
He's actually awake?
Yeah, you can see he's awake, but he's trying not to fall asleep.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna sneak back to the other folks and we will remain together from here on out.
Okay. So, Hazier still has his mask on. He's put his mask back on as we got in.
Okay.
So,
Well, I described to everybody what I saw. Not sure if anybody has any ideas.
not gonna hard and fast.
Okay.
Because they think he's. Because Varine thinks he's probably just a decoy or something like that. Well, she thinks he's probably just a guard for something, and we should probably just leave him alone. These two think he's probably guarding something. So, like maybe the entrance to the dungeon.
Does anyone have any abilities that might help us question him?
My character does not have zone of truth.
Flick. Well, actually, who am I right now? Sorry, I'm in Cassandra's file.
What do you want to know?
Alright, Allie says, well, do you think we need to question him, or shall we just put him out and search ourselves? If we need to question him, this is what I've got. And she holds up a dagger.
My character's okay with putting him out. Varane just doesn't want to, just is like, if we gotta kill him, let's kill him. I don't think he's gonna divulge anything.
Alright, good. I personally am not into torture. Alrighty.
Give me a stealth check to try and get in and stab him, because like, yeah, you're really close to him.
Oh.
Or you can throw the dagger if you want.
No, the dagger was if we were going to be required to question him.
I mean, like, how are you gonna attack him? Like,
I wasn't going to attack him. When I was holding up, we're still over here, having a conversation about this guy in the other
I'm sorry,
room.
I thought you were gonna go over and attack him so you could subdue him and put him out.
No, what I was saying is we're over here having a conversation that there's a guy in the other room. We're trying to figure out whether we need to take him out, kill him, whether we need to keep him alive and question him. If we do need to question him, does anybody have zone of truth, or am I going to have to torture him with this knife?
Okay, I got that. So where are we now?
I believe we have decided that we're going to just kill him.
Yes.
And then search the place. So the question is, do I sneak in and try to pith him?
Okay, that's why I was confused.
Or does somebody want to do something long range?
We could just throw a dagger at him and cover it afterwards. Like.
Yeah, I don't know how sure I am that it would kill him, and I don't. And if he wakes up, oh yes.
Because you have advantage while you're hidden.
Okay. All right. Yeah. We'll do it that way then. Yeah, I just don't want to run the risk of throwing the dagger
hurting him and him screaming
and
for
having
help.
him wake up and yell for support.
Wake up fully. Yeah.
Back up. All right. All right.
This happens a lot in our games, by the way. So.
Well, that went poorly.
What'd you get?
I got a 10, but only because I had advantage.
Congratulations, that hits.
Oh, thank goodness. Alright, so, dagger.
She has a response a lot to a lot of rolls. She had with a 17 once. I get a lot of laughs out of this. As do we all.
2, 4, 10, 15 yes, 15
Unconscious,
damage.
or dead if you want.
Did we discuss it in advance? What did we decide?
We want him dead.
Yeah, he's dead then.
Right in the throat.
I will
How's that sound?
move forward and search him, see if he's got any keys on him or information or anything. What's that, investigation?
You did not find anything on him.
Okay, and I would have because I rolled a 23.
Okay, give me a perception check.
I shall give you an perception check.
We usually do that a lot in this game.
18.
You find a hidden door.
Yay! Sorry, that was not intended to be an Iron Man reference. Please be a secret door. Please be a secret door. Yay! Okay.
We are not doing copyright infringement either. Don't worry about that, guys.
Alright. Alright. Do I hear anything on the other side?
Flames flickering and some dripping water.
I hear. Oh God, I've got great ears.
Well, we're all back here.
Yeah. Oh,
If you have
everybody
cat,
followed
you're a
me.
cat.
Yeah.
Meow.
Okay. Once I have listened to make sure that I don't hear people moving around on the other side, I shall cautiously open the secret door.
You hear the fire better. Like, it was really faint. Like, you had like, had to press your ear against like that.
Mm-hmm.
Hear it. But now you can go, you're like, and you see it descend into a flooded room. Not like actually flooded, like just like about yay deep in water. So
Well, that's going to be difficult to be stealthy in.
yes, but it's already pretty loud in there. So definitely you might not have that much disadvantage.
Okay. All right.
Then a bunch of
Note to self. Nothing related to lightning, please, while we're ankle deep in water.
I guess lightning bolt. Okay, so you see 2 ways through as you enter a room like about yay big. So like you're about here now. You see a door right here and a door right here. I will illustrate them with this. 2 doorways, to be precise.
Okay.
Perfect. Yeah, right there.
Alrighty. Well, and they're doorways, not doors.
Correct.
So if I look and listen, what do I see and hear?
It seems to be the same as this.
Just a long corridor, and do I see any doorways along this portion of the corridor, or
Nope.
just an exit that's a turn at the end?
You don't see. You see
Or is
like,
there like a door at the end, or I can't see far enough because it's dark?
you can't see far enough.
Okay. Lather, rinse, repeat.
It goes down what looks like 15 feet and then turns,
Down? When you say down, you mean over, right?
and then it goes over.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like
I just meant it's not a slope.
no.
Because
It
there
goes
wouldn't be any
it
water in
goes
this room.
over and then turns right. I'm terrible with directions. I was taking like so much time to figure that out.
Okay. Alright, so this one goes that way, and this one goes that way.
Oh, sorry. That. I was doing this so I could see.
Mhm.
This was my right.
Alright,
So it goes like ding ding. This one goes like ding.
okay.
It doesn't go like that way. It goes like away from it.
Alright. Anybody got preferences?
My characters, aside from Marine, want to explore the area that doesn't seem to have an end, so we can make sure that there's nothing there, so we can cover as much ground as possible with as little effort as possible.
I'm open to that. I think my guys would like to come first. Maybe Cassandra should come toward the back.
As you get there, you find what looks like an empty area. There seems to like be a dead end. Like just carved be a dead end.
Well, that sounds like secret passage, secret door, secret panel territory if I've ever heard it.
Do your characters think that?
Allie certainly does.
Okay. Allie can give me a perception check then. I ask questions a lot to keep our characters in character.
Yeah. Cassandra's kind of pretty much just along for the ride at this point. Flick is keeping his ears open, cocked. Darn it, I would have liked to keep that one. Would have been so much better. Yeah, no, that's a 10.
You hit the DC! You find a secret door. The DC's 10 for these things.
Yeah, well, there had to be a door.
Okay, so you find a little opening with a bloated corpse floating in it.
Well, that's awkward.
It goes like about yay big, so it's like an opening about yay big, so let's pop these 2 out. And then there's So we're like right about. So we enter an area like right about here, and now there's an exit like right there.
Okay, so we just came in here, there's an exit there, and bloated corpse wandering around somewhere. So Flick, with his urchin upbringing, and living on the streets and everything, has undoubtedly seen the occasional corpse before. Can he tell
Not
if this
occasional.
Can he tell if this is how recent a corpse this is?
Medicine check?
Okay. Alright. Non-nat 20.
About 2 days.
2 days floating around dead in a bathhouse.
Well, under a bathhouse.
Okay. And whoever killed him isn't bothering to get rid of him. And this water is so very tainted from all the corpse dissolving in it.
I guess. It doesn't say anything about that here, but yeah.
Do not drink anything.
Well, duh, the water's already like got limestone and mold all over it.
This is really quite gross.
Okay, so what do you want to do next? Do you want to go that way, or do you want to explore more, or do you want to do something else?
Well, I want to check the corpse first and see if he's got any info on him. Or valuables.
Nope.
Nope, nope.
Nope.
Alright,
You
well,
just
we
answered
started
and
this
keep
way. It
going.
doesn't make sense to go back before we clear this whole area, so I think we should continue through the new door.
You see 3 wooden beams brace the ceiling of this flooded chamber, which is a bit bigger, so I'll just add this, and I'll add the doors, right? Put that one right there, just one.
Just one?
Yeah. Which features a stone altar covered with entrails in the northeast corner. Hanging on the wall above the altar is a 3-foot tall steel mask cast in the form of a frowning human skull. Because frowning skulls can frown now.
Alrighty then.
There is an exit, so we each came like that. There's an exit right here, and well, a dead end with a tapestry there, and an exit right here.
Okay. And would you put the altar?
I'll make this the altar.
Alright, so that's the altar, steel mask above it.
Yep.
I would like to search the room.
Okay.
Make sure there are no additional doors or hidden things. That would be a 23.
The moldy. There's a tapestry here covered in mold. Do you think it's gonna be really dangerous if you touch the tapestry? So don't touch the tapestry.
Guys, don't touch that tapestry. There's something wrong there.
Okay.
I don't see anything else in this room. I think we should hit the other exit.
There also.
Everybody okay with it?
Okay. So you want to go this way?
I think so.
So as you enter it, you see 3 symbols carved into a door, into 3 different doors. So I'll indicate like this, this, and this. So we enter like right about here, and we see. Okay, so a tall armored man wearing a bucket helm with a right gauntlet painted black and clutching a set of shackles. Well, that's carved into the east door.
Do I recognize this as one of the dead 3?
Religion check.
Well, we're all in here now, right?
Yeah, he was all there. I was moving somewhere because it was easier to do so.
Yeah. Okay. Just because Cassandra is obviously far more likely to pass the religion check. And again, we are staying together now. Alright, so Allie crit failed her religion check.
Percentile?
Ought 5, so Allie thinks it's a local TV star?
Actually, she thinks it's her father.
Wow.
She thinks the sword carved her father like in a weird shape, because it looks a lot like her father. Like she's like a pair of tufts on it, looks like your father.
Flick got a 10. And
The DC is actually 10, so.
well, let's let Cassandra look, because
Okay.
Cassandra got a non-nat 20.
Okay, so
So she knows
East-
everything.
she doesn't know everything. She like some DCs are 21, 22, 23, even 30. Anyway,
So
so
this one's 10, and she got a 20.
I have a double V here.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
I said that to the camera. Okay, so the east door is Bane. The north door is Ball. Is a powerfully built, skull-headed man with a long, curved blade where his hand should be.
Okay,
Appears kept hook, but double hooks.
okay,
Double kept hook, like he's got sickles for hands.
alright.
Cat on steroids. And the south door has a carving of Merkel, the neutral, evil god of bones. A
Alright.
cloaked figure whose face is hidden under a cowl. In his skeletal hands, he clutches a screaming human skull.
Now skulls can scream.
I
Okay.
guess probably can, yeah.
Alright, is this still an altar, or is that
No,
left
that's
over
gone.
from the previous room?
That's gone.
Okay.
You must move.
Alright, so these are carvings over doors.
Correct?
Alright, Allie asks Cassandra, who is obviously inclined toward the divine, to give us a rundown of these three so that we can decide, so that we can figure out whatever we need to know about them and then decide who we're going to go for first. Or whose followers we're going to go for first.
Bane, lawfully evil, or believes the weak, the strong, believes the strong have not only the right, but the duty to rule over their the weaker, those weaker than them. Ball, Jack the Ripper given D&D godhood. That's literally all he is.
Okay, and Merkel?
Believes that death holds the secret to the world, and just wants to be left alone while he unlocks the secret to life by killing everything and learning all he can about death. Like, okay, so if I unlock your brain, I can do this, and then okay, so that's a new secret for you. He can only steal secrets from your brain after you've died. All he needs to do is like when you die, you can trap your soul in a wax skull.
Okay. I would probably be inclined to tackle Bane first.
We've been playing for about an hour. Do you want to do that next session?
Yeah, I think this is a good place to stop.
Okay, that'll be all for now, everyone, and goodbye.